Alrighty, we are on lesson 72, which starts on page 461. So this says, part of the problem-solving process is finding the information needed to solve a problem. Sometimes we need to find information in graphs, tables, pictures, or other places. In some cases, we might be given more information than we need to solve a problem. In this lesson, we'll be finding the information we need to solve a problem. So here's the first part of example 1. And it says, the school elections were held on Friday, February 2nd. Tehana, Lily, and Tariq ran for president. Lily received 147 votes, and Tehana received 117 votes. Tariq received 35 more votes than Tehana. So that's all the information we are given. Let me fix my light here. A says, how many votes did Tariq receive? So let's figure out how much he received. So, like normal, and of course I didn't open my marker yet, so sorry, I'm going to set you down so I can open my marker. Alright, so Tariq, how much did he receive? We can know that Tariq received 35 more votes than Tehana, and she received 117. So, she received 117, and he received 35 more, means adding more votes. So 7 plus 5, 10, right? Which is 12. Sorry. Right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. Just making sure my math's right. Alright, and 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, and then 1 plus 0. So Tariq received 152 votes. And then question B says, who received the most votes? So this is for, let's see, Tariq. I'm going to put a T there for Tariq. Or T-A for Tariq, I guess. And then T-E for Tehana. She received 117. 117. And what's her name? Lily received 146. 146. So who has the most? Tariq does. Alright, and question C says, speeches were given on Tuesday before the elections. What was the date on which the speeches were given? So, they were given Friday, February 2nd. And they were given the Tuesday before. So, the Friday, let's write down our key information. Friday, Feb 2nd. So if we count back from Friday to Tuesday, so we go Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, so 3 days before. And 3 days before February 2nd, we can go February 1st, January 31st, because remember we count on our knuckles, January is 31 days, so February 1st, January 31st, January 30th. So it should be January 30th. And let's just check our answers there. Yep, A, 152 votes. Tariq has the most votes, and Tuesday, January 30th. So that is how you do that. I know it's a lot of words, and we might get focused on those words, but we got to find that key information of what they're asking for. Alright, example 2. Sorry for the glare. Let's see if I can fix it a little bit. It says, Alyssa collects keychains from the different states she has visited and displays them on a pegboard. So see there that she has Nebraska, Ohio, Texas, Maine, and Florida. Since Alyssa lives in Nebraska and her grandmother lives in Ohio, she keeps the Nebraska and Ohio keychains on the first 2 pegs. How many different ways can Alyssa arrange the keychains in one row? So, we know that she lives in, let's see, I'm going to do it this way. So we know she has Nebraska, Ohio, Texas, Maine, and Florida. So we know that she's got those states. And it says she always keeps Nebraska and Ohio keychains on the first two pegs. So we can have Nebraska first, Ohio second, and we can keep it just like this. Texas, Maine, Florida. We can also, so now that we know that that stays there, we don't have to keep dealing with that. We can go Nebraska, Ohio, Maine, Florida, Texas. We can go Florida, Texas, Maine. We can go Texas, Florida, Maine. We can go Maine, Texas, Florida. And we can go Florida, Maine, Texas. And we've done similar things to this in the past with our numbers, with those letters. Remember, we used to have like I and J and K, and how many different ways can you arrange them? It's the same thing that we did there, just with different kinds of information. So here we can check our answer. It's got Florida, Texas, Maine, Florida, Maine, Texas. That's the same thing. You just kind of take them two at a time and pair them together that way. And if the Ohio keychain is first and the Nebraska keychain is second, so we could eventually switch this up. So this is 6. So we'd have 6 options here. But we could also do it again and switch it from O to N. And then do all this. So we could have, this is group 1, then we could have group 2. So then we can just do 6 plus 6, because this would be the same amount, which equals 12. So if you figure out one, you can just double it. That's how that works. All right, and I'm going to do lesson practice with you guys, because since there's only 2 examples, why not just do the lesson practice? So, sorry, erasing my board. Also, do you like how this is going with the whiteboard? Would you prefer paper? I kind of will still have the same setup, just on a piece of paper and a pen. So let me know what you like best in the exit ticket for tomorrow. I'll ask that question. So think about it. All right, lesson practice says read this information, then solve the problem that follows. So this says Terrell did yard work on Saturday. He worked for 3 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the afternoon. He was paid $6 for every hour he worked. So that is all the information they're giving us. A says how many hours did Terrell work in all? So he worked, 3 hours. So 3 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the afternoon. So how many hours did he work in all? Hold on. This is A. He worked 7 hours. And that is the answer to part A. Let's see. Part B asks, how much money did Terrell earn in the morning? And this tells us he was paid $6 for every hour he worked. So $6, and in the morning he worked 3 hours. So we're going to multiply, because if we just add 6 times 3, that doesn't tell us very much. We have to think of it as hour 1, that's 6 hours. Hour 2, $6, and hour 3, $6. So if we picture it that way, we know then that we're multiplying. So I suggest focusing on the question, picture it in your head, see if you can draw a picture for it to make sense. So 6 times 3 is, 6 times 3 is 18. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yep. $18 is how much he earned in that first 3 hours. And let's see, question C. How much money did he earn in all? So if we know he earned 18 hours in the morning, we're going to do the same thing to find out in the afternoon. So we're going to do 6 times 4, and 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So he earned $24 in the afternoon, and now we can add these up. So 24 plus 18, 8 and 4 is 12. 2 and 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So altogether, he earned $42. And our last question here is D. How many different amounts of money could you make using the 2 of the 3 coins shown below? Name the amounts. Alright, so we have a quarter, a dime, and a 50-cent piece. So D, we have a quarter, a dime, and I'm just going to put an F for 50-cent piece. You can also write, 25 cents, 10 cents, and 50 cents. So, how many different amounts of money could you make using any 2 of the 3 coins shown below? So we're not going to use all 3, we're just going to use 2. So we can have a quarter and a dime. We could have a dime and a 50-cent piece. We could have a quarter and a 50-cent piece. We could have a dime and a, we already did dime and a quarter, dime and 50-cent piece. So there's our dimes, quarter, and there we go. Because dime, then we can't make them any other one. So I believe it is 3. Does that make sense? Yep, because only 2 of them. So 3 options there. So 3, what is it? Name the amounts. If it asks you to name the amount on a problem, I'll probably tell you to write it money-wise. So that's how that one is. And we'll go on to our examples.